Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2018. Woohoo! Happy Scentsy year, new year. All right, so we're going to hop right into this, and there's so many of you on, which is fabulous. So if you are part of Jennifer Crowder's group or my group and Scott, we are excited that you're here. It's fun to see this Zoom call growing. So if you guys have any suggestions of what we could talk about or what things that you would like to do, let us know. We're always open for suggestions and would love to hear feedback from you guys. It's January, and we are Bring Back My Bars in full effect. It's fun to see the top 10 that are selling if you guys haven't seen it. But Jennifer, I know we can get it to you, what's selling the most. It's kind of fun to see the top 10 of all of what's selling in Scentsy, and it's all Bring Back My Bar. So that's pretty cool. It's amazing how many bars have been sold, and it's amazing that, as consultants, I think we kind of get bored of the same scents coming back and back and back, but hello, our customers love it. So I think it's going really well. So tonight we were going to just chit chat about leadership. So if you didn't know, Scentsy does a leadership in January once a year, and they bring directors and above all together, and they train and they kind of focus more on the leadership and what it means to be a leader in Scentsy. And we had quite a few consultants go this year, which is pretty cool. Jennifer went, and Mark and Gina, and Jenny and Nellie and Christy, and I'm sure I'm missing Stacey Berenger I saw went. I'm just trying to think of people in the group. So very, very cool. I've heard that it was a trip of a lifetime, that you guys had a lot of fun. You looked like you ate a ton of amazing food, which is pretty cool. So Nellie, do you want to kick off with, I can see you there.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Yeah, this morning to share it. There's literally just so much information. If a director and above is something that's in your something that you want to strive for, go for it. You're your only limit. They showed so many amazing inspirational videos, and that awesome training that's coming up. They're going to talk about it a little bit at World. You'll kind of get a little bit of an overview, but it's the fundamentals that focus on the process. And so, and mine's a little out of order just because, here we go. So prepare, discover, coach, connect, and replicate. And I don't want to talk too much because I know there's so much more that others want to share as well. But I think out of all of those, they really kind of focused on working on like our belief statement for ourselves, and then how to break it down. So like for me, I'll my business to star director, set a date, and you're way backwards, and you kind of look at what you need to do in order to get to that point, and break it down into smaller steps, achievable steps. And so talk a lot about goals and focus, and so connecting with other consultants. And I think that that's one of the things that I always talk about when I go to events, is connecting with other consultants. It's so huge, and it just kind of dawned on me that's a huge reason why a lot of people stay in Scentsy is why you want to achieve incentives and things like that. So I've been amazingly blessed to meet some new friends from across the world, and so my motivation in earning incentive trips so I can reconnect with those people that I wouldn't be able to connect with otherwise. And so it's on the big scale, but also in smaller scale too with your teams. And because, it would be amazing to have more of us from our local areas or on our teams to come with, to even world tour, to team meetings, bigger events, incentives, and things like that. So that was probably one of the biggest takeaways for me. So
Awesome. And was that your second leadership?
yep, this was my second one.
Very cool. Awesome. I see Jenny up there. Jenny, would you like to talk next?
Say me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Everything's just a little bit behind on mine, so I hope it will come out okay. But I kind of think the process was another thing that really hit me hard this time. I mean, it's always great to go to leadership because I love to learn from all the other leaders. You know, a lot of the other events we go to, you know, it's, I don't mean that it's watered down, but it's kind of watered down, you know what I mean? Like, because it's a span from superstar director to like essential consultant. And I feel like sometimes we're being the mentor and being mentored. It's hard to have that quality time like you get at leadership. One, of course, my things. Hold on, sorry, I have something popping up on my computer. So I love leadership and where we can like bounce ideas off of each other, because whenever you become a leader, I think you get a lot of insecurity sometimes. Like, am I doing enough for my team? What do I need to do to help? What are you doing for your team? So I love leadership in that, where I just feel like you're with like-minded people that really, really want to advance their career and advance their team and their business and help everybody. So, sorry, that was a side note. But anyway, that's what I think I go for leadership every year is for that, because I love the camaraderie of that. But mine was the process. I've always been very goal-oriented. So I usually look to outcome. And Jason Harwood, but you know, I get a little, he's always a little everywhere, and it was on focus, and he actually did really well this time, I thought. But I think I focused too much on the goal and the outcome and not the process in the center, the gap in the center. And I think really opened my eyes to you have to always be making progress towards your goal. And you have to fail in order to find improvements on the process. So instead of like beating ourselves down sometimes when we fail and something's not working, it's time to kind of reevaluate what you're doing and how you need to twist it and change it to make it better. So I loved that. And really what he said was, what is the process? The process is set a goal, invest in the process and the systems that it takes to achieve it. Which that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying some things out, so I feel like I'm doing tons of research right now in the process and in different systems. Absolutely go for it. When you struggle and stumble, take it seriously, but not personally. And I think I have a hard time sometimes with that too. I think sometimes we get our feelings hurt if something's not working right, or somebody might be turning you down, but they're not. They're turning down the opportunity for this business to be in their life, and it just might not be the right time for them. Identify and fix the errors and keep going for it. So I think my goal this time that I came away is definitely focus on the process more.
And that's so true. Like, I was like, when you say that, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm out. Like, okay, yep, I'm going to start this incentive trip, and oh, yep. And I don't think about everything in between. It's just the beginning and the end. It's so, so
Yes.
true. Oh, good
Yes.
point. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Miss Crowder, you're next.
That is good. I got to see Nellie and Christy a bit and say hey while we were there. And then, of course, I saw Mark and Gina and Jenny and Stacy and Mick. So just for like, as a leader, I guess for me, I've been around almost 10 years now. And I, no matter what, like, if I feel like I am like getting to that like ho-hum time, it's super, super important, I think, to go to leadership and go to World Tour and just be involved in your business. So like whether you're listening to these calls on a regular basis, or you're listening to Becca's calls, or I know several other of our leaders do their own training and calls too. But just being involved and keeping like that contact with your, your group, your Scentsy family, I think that's super important. So that's awesome, Jenny. Just like talking about the process. I know I'm a big, as far as incentive time, I'm like a numbers person. So I kind of break the process down for that probably too much. But then something that I wanted to share is these are going to be available. And I snatched one of these off of our tables in one of the breakout sessions, but it's a 2018 action plan. And what it has on the top is your belief statement. And so I have a hard time with this. Like, I sat in that meeting and I was kind of like, I was writing down different things, but I couldn't really pinpoint like my what my belief statement should be. I don't know. It's kind of hard because, like, I don't know. I won't go into all that, but so for the example, it says, I will promote to superstar director by building my Scentsy business. So that's just an example. So like, I talked to Sarah Walker in that breakout session, and we were just talking about how, like, I'm already superstar director, but there are some things that I want to get better at and I want to rebuild. And so I guess that's kind of my focus and my belief statement, that I can do those things that I want to do. And then it has today on here. And so it says examples for that. I am a director. So where are you at today? Whether you're a director or you have one director in your group, or so this was based on a leadership thing. But you guys, if you're not a director, then you would just basically say, what level are you at today? Where are you at right now? And then be specific with that. And then the gap. So like the gap between your belief statement, where you know you want to be, and where you're at now. So it's talking about like what you need to get there. So whether it be like you need to add more team members, or you need to add more GWB to your group, just writing that, like writing where you're, like the difference between where you're at and where you want to be. And then your focus statement, the examples that they gave: to add one more first generation director in 2018, I will. And then what are you going to do to get yourself to that? And their response was to recruit one new team member each month and retain 25% more of my existing team members through their fourth month. So just talking about retention, and then also still sponsoring more people. And then your action plan. So how are you going to get there? What are you going to do? More like the focus, but then the action of how you are going to do that. So to recruit one team member each month, I will initiate 10 conversations about the Scentsy business opportunity each week. So for that, like, I'd make sure I had opportunity packets always available. So that, like, I have 8 of them sitting here, and I put a couple in my purse. So I always want to have those recruiting packets available. And then to retain 25% of my team, I will conduct coaching calls with 3 team members each week. So those are just some ideas. But if you guys want to, like, this, they did say was going to be available on the workstation. So I'm not sure when that will be, but I did snatch it, a blank one, just so that I would have that. So I would just encourage everybody to, I mean, at the new year, it's always super important to set those goals and figure out how you're going to get there. So that is figuring out all those details, where you're at, that gap, where you want to be, and then the action plan. So I thought that was really good. They also spent quite a bit of time talking about the positive mindset, and Orville or Heidi talked about that at reunion, and then we also talked about it at Summit. It was really good. But
Did they use more of that book in reference, the growth mindset book?
they didn't really. I don't know, Jenny. Did you take very many notes from that? I just know like they had us.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Oh.
They used the book. Oh shoot! Hold on, if you give me just a second. Because who is the lady that just came over from the other company that we just hired?
The Franklin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about, what is it, the seven something of highly effective people. Hold on, I have the book in my Amazon. I can't in my Amazon cart, but my phone's gonna be real slow here.
There's one that's the 7 habits.
The 7 habits. Yes, the 7 habits of highly effective people. So she taught on that a lot, about how that I don't know. I just put that book in my cart, and I'm like, I have to get it. And I was sitting there with Brooke, and she said that she actually took a whole college course on that book. And I mean, that book has been around for like 20 years or something. So, I mean, it's still just as relevant today as it was when it was written back then. So I love that. And then I have, a couple other like mindset type books that I absolutely love too. And because really mine started even before convention last year or reunion last year. I was reading another book. And so whenever she started speaking about that, I thought, oh my gosh, it's so me. It's your mindset. Like everything has to do with your mindset. Like even when they say you want to lose weight, 90% of it is your mindset. So anything that you want to do, you just have to believe in yourself. And one thing that I did today, I kind of took, it's kind of crazy looking, but I took like just a little, like my little doodle pad here, and was writing down and like looking up definitions of like belief. And because I was trying to put what my word was going to be for the year or whatever, but confidence was one of them that popped in there. And then I was looking up the definition of each of these words and just writing more things out, and just realizing that how much that, belief and confidence and self-assurance and all of that we have to have, because who else is going to give it to us? Like we have to be able to be our number one fan and our number one belief, because if we don't believe it, nobody else is going to. So I definitely want to get that book that she spoke on. But yeah, I don't know that she actually mentioned the mindset book though this time, did she, Jen?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
They also,
but I do know that they taught a lot from the last one. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that they also, there's going to be a new training that they're going to focus on for this year. And it's called Focus on the 5. And it's prepare, discover, coach, connect, and replicate. So I actually skipped one of the days because I hadn't gotten to see anything. I had been to all the other meetings. And so that was the day that they really went in depth on that Focus on the 5. And I heard that training was amazing. And so it was a lot of like, I think they were breakouts, but they were they talked about just really connecting with your people and some other, I don't know, I think some fun like team meeting type things to get people thinking. So anyway, that'll be coming out soon too. So,
March 1st is when they're going to announce that.
March
1st is when they're going to roll that out. Mm-hmm.
I know that World Tour will also have a lot of the information that we all learn too. So Mark was supposed to be on. He was going to share something.
Mark's on.
Is Mark on?
He just might be
Mark
on a
is
phone.
Audio.
Okay. I texted him. I didn't get a response. So there he is.
I don't know where he is, but he's on. Mark, it's your turn, Mark.
He's muted.
We don't know which one he is,
Hold
so
on.
I'll unmute everyone.
There, the two.
Mark, your turn.
Hello.
There you are.
Hey, what's going on? No, I tried to tell Jen I was online, but I can't text while I'm on the phone. So, yeah, Jenny Lucan and Jennifer, they really kind of covered a lot of these good things. One of the things that I'll throw in on first on the training is that it's really good. And I know a lot of people were kind of last year, kind of just scratching their heads on the 6 selling skills, and because it's all the basics. And it's a lot of the things that we know and probably sometimes take for granted or even forget to do on a regular basis. But why I mention that is because, the light bulb goes on when I start talking about the systems and the processes that you're using. And all they're really referring to is what are the things that you are doing on a regular basis to keep your business growing and thriving. And you can really look at it from, building your team. Are you regularly reaching out to new consultants? Are you keeping them engaged in their business? Are you inspiring them to do the things they need to do to get their business up and going? Because I know one of the biggest challenges that we always face is people will sign up and then they're just not willing to put forth the time or the effort into doing the things that they need to do to be successful. The other thing that really got out of that was when you've been in it for a while, you kind of hit that plateau and you just feel like, wow, we're not going to grow. Things aren't changing. I've got good sales. I've got a good team. I've got a strong team. But, sometimes, you get to that point where you just got to keep putting in the work and keep fostering it. You can't focus on the immediate rewards. You can't count on getting those, higher sales right away, or can't keep getting those recruits to promote and to grow their teams. You got to work with them for a while. And it can take some time before they actually start to see the growth in themselves and the potential that they have. So it's not about, identifying your failures, because they say one thing we don't do is we don't fail. If you put forth an effort and you don't get the outcome that you wanted, you got to learn from that. You got to try and understand why you didn't achieve what you were thinking you were going to achieve, and then adjust your process and the things that you're doing to overcome some of the obstacles that you faced or didn't think you were going to encounter. So really, that applies to building your team. It applies to your customer base. Are you connecting with people? Are you sitting there listening, understanding what it is that's really motivating them, what it is that they're really looking for? And not just hearing the words that are coming out of their mouth, but to understand the emotion and the feelings behind it and help them, to understand what it is they want, help them find those solutions and provide them the coaching that they need. And one of the big things, is that coaching, you can't go out there and tell people, hey, you need to go out there and make 3 contacts every day and you need to carry around your recruiting packets, but help them understand or help them overcome the challenges and the difficulties they're having, and get them to realize that they're not going to see immediate results. It just takes time and perseverance. And Jason had a really good analogy about a certain tree that doesn't grow. It doesn't grow, and he sits there and he waters it, and it doesn't grow, and it doesn't grow. But what it's doing over the years is it's building a really strong root base until it's good and sturdy, and then it's able to then sprout and grow like the plant wants to. The training that we sat through, all those breakout sessions, they're really good. They had a lot of neat activities. But a lot of those activities you've got to, when you're facilitating that training, is really understand is why are people doing these activities and relate it back to the key principles that you're trying to teach during the training as well. So yeah, it was by far the best leadership training I think we've ever been to.
That's awesome. Cool. Is there anyone else on the, I don't know who these other members are, but other than they're probably.
So, Anne?
Yeah.
I know that everybody on here probably already knows, but just touching base about the Bring Back My Bars, don't forget to contact. You can actually make up a report in your workstation of people that have ordered those scents before to contact them. Double half price items. I think that it's like huge to remind people that they can get a half-price diffuser by having a $200 party this month. That's a really good bonus this month. And then, have you guys seen the new bath bombs? Yeah. So there is a Lucky in Love and Honeymoon Hideaway bath bombs available. So Love is the Bomb Valentine bundle.
And those are available now, correct?
Right. Yep. $16 for the two. So anything else like news tab related? World Tour registration is closed. Right? It closed yesterday, I think.
So, yep, they extended it from
Yep.
Friday.
It did close. It did close, but on the site leader page, one of the home office said that there will be at some locations walk-in availables.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that they'll be able to get the kit, but they still might be able to attend.
Okay.
They said that, well, this morning Jason said the kits are only while supplies last, but if you go and you can walk in, that they will ship you your kit.
That's right. That is what he said. Yeah.
Which is still cool. I mean, you still get the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jason's trainings also are moving to Zoom too.
Okay.
So
Is anybody else shocked at what the top 10 Bring Back My Bars are? Top 10 selling ones? Or top 5 selling ones?
I didn't even see them. What are they?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was Vanilla Suede. That one doesn't shock me.
No, that doesn't.
Love that one.
I know, I do too.
Have you guys ever mixed that? I love Vanilla Suede and Mocha Doodle in my bedroom.
What?
Yes.
I don't do
I'm
Mocha Doodle.
Never, ever thought to do that.
It sounds crazy, but it was on one of those recipe lists one time, like
Yeah.
5 years ago, and it is amazing. You have to try it.
I'm not even a fan of Mocha Doodle though.
I'm not
Yeah.
either.
Does it change it enough?
I think so.
Does it?
It gives it that like musky smell, like that.
Yeah.
Manlier.
Yeah, I think it's super.
More of a coffee. Well, you never know. Here, hold on. I will find this real quick.
So it's
on
vanilla suede, beach,
You can
the
even
love.
mix them and snip them together.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Fuzzy
Um,
blanket, Shaka, Simply Rose, Mandarin Moon, Simply Irresistible, Pear Blossom, Cucumber, Mulberry Bush. I put,
Eucalyptus was 3.
yep.
Eucalyptus.
Mm-hmm.
I
Number
like
3.
that.
I don't know. I sell tons and tons of like French toast and fried ice cream and Mandarin Moon, and I sell tons of that. So I'm surprised that's not in any of the top ones. But
Was Mandarin Moon in there?
Yeah.
yeah, I think Mandarin Moon was.
It's I've ordered extra of that and the pear cucumber.
Pear Blossom.
Yeah. But the Simply Rose, I guess if you like artificial rose smell. I love smelling fresh roses, but that and I love to smell a lilac bush outside, but that fake smell I can't handle. And gardenia. Ooh.
But yet it keeps coming back. And it keeps coming back.
I got 11 of those Lush gardenia bars sitting down in my basement right
I
now.
think I have quite a few.
And like Mediterranean Spa. Do you guys go ahead, Katie?
I said I ordered 6 of the fresh cut grass. I know Ann hates that, but I absolutely love it.
I love that.
Love it.
One of my all-time favorites is Tomato Vine, and I have 2 bars sitting in my drawer right now. I love it.
I can't even be friends with you.
Oh, it reminds me of my grandma and her garden.
Well, see, then that's okay, because that revokes the memory.
That's what it's about. And that, when you're in the mood for spring and summer and you just starting to open up your windows, that tomato vine. Yum.
Never. Oh.
One concoction that I love that I didn't see on like they have that mixology is Beach and Simply Irresistible is really good.
Really?
Clean, fresh. I like those.
And see, I love Mediterranean Spa.
Yeah.
Do you guys like that one? Mediterranean Spa. I love that one.
Yeah. That's yummy.
So if you guys would say a little prayer for my Brycey, I think he has the flu and he's back there on the couch. He's so lethargic and like he's kind of got me worried, but I think it's just this nasty flu that everybody's got.
Poor buddy.
Try that elderberry.
Yeah, I might run. I just ran out to Sam's and I bought some of those emergency packets. And I bought just some gummy vitamins to try to maybe help his immune system.
We do that emergency, and it doesn't help me. But like I was with 105 fever, laid out on my bed for literally a week. Besides getting up, and I took this elderberry. Then by probably about 8-9 hours later, I was a complete turnaround. And Scott was to the point of bringing me to the hospital. And the next day, he's like, "That elderberry must have really worked for you." I mean, I was out. And
yeah.
I swear by
See,
it
that's
now.
the way I feel like he is right now. He just scares me because he's so tiny. And he's coughing now. So maybe I might run out and try to get some of that and see if he can even drink it. He's so weak. He can like mix it up.
It's just a little bit. Just get it in there whenever you can.
It's only a teaspoon. I think you can do pill form too. But I just did liquid because my boys won't take pills.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste that bad. It's like a fruit extract almost. Like
Okay.
kind of gives you a little bit. But you can
Like it was really good in Sprite. So
Okay.
I
I'll get some Sprite too. He likes soda. So I got him some apple juice. I've been trying to keep him hydrated.
that's the most scary part is to get them dehydrated.
Yeah.
Help it all.
I know. And then I'm like,
Pedialyte popsicles.
Yeah, popsicles. That's a good idea.
Some Gatorade or Pedialyte. The Pedialyte doesn't taste very good, but the kids will drink Gatorade a little bit better.
Yeah. I need to write this down. Run out to the store.
Jen, do you go to a chiropractor at all?
Huh?
Do you go to a chiropractor?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can call me kind of a weird, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's all I do is I go to the chiropractor, and my son's had 103 fever. We went and got him adjusted, and it was gone within a couple hours.
Really?
I never go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's an emergency, I'll go, but
Right.
that's another option.
Poor buddy.
Looking for a wet rag. Well, I'm going to get off of here, so
Yep. We all can. Awesome. We'll see you guys all on the very first Monday of February. We're just going to think, February 2nd?
That'll be our, that'll be St. Louis's world tour.
Are you at World Tour that day? Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, have a great time at World Tour. I will not be
Thank
going
you.
this year. I'm going to a bachelorette party out of state. So
Oh.
I miss mine. I'm super bummed.
Yeah.
But what do you do? All right, you guys. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks for hopping on.
Thanks. Bye.
Yep. Bye.